Thank you for such a wonderful introduction. I was not expecting this much audience on the last day and second last talk. So thank you so much. I hope you had coffee, you are waked up. If not, the good thing is it's getting recorded, so you can watch it later also. So let me start and just give it a minute. This is what happened when you give ChatGPT to give you an interesting title. I know it's very mouthful. That's why we need human touch. And this actually means TV apps and accessibility. So yes, AI is here. And no conference can be done without AI talk. So I already did. So clickbait is done. We will move ahead. So if you are wondering why we are talking about TV apps and accessibility, you are not alone, trust me. When I was thinking to do this talk, I spoke to one of my friends who is working as a tech lead in a product-based company, and the reaction was this: what? Accessibility for TV? How can you have accessibility for TV? Why we even need it? And I was like, thank you, my friend, for giving me the validation. I really need to go ahead and talk about this. This is not the first time I'm talking about accessibility. I have a dedicated blog, a11ytips.dev. I talk about accessibility on web and mobile there, but TV I'm talking first time. So I'm going to answer these questions in a while. But before that, thank you for a wonderful introduction, but here is my way of giving an introduction. To pay my bills, I work as solutions architect at Amazon. To make my soul happy, I do calligraphy. To be acceptable by the world, I have to be on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hello Neha with double H because common name. And to share the knowledge, I am also a founder of JS Lovers. Though these are the people who are, you might have met them. If not, these are the people who are, thank you. These are the people who are running the show of JS Lovers. Thank you. For last 2 years, I am not in India. And these people from Delhi, Pune, now Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore, these people are running the show. So if you meet them, please say hi, ask them about JS Lovers, and I'm thankful to them. So why accessibility? Now, if you are not able to read this slide properly, you are having a problem, then this is the answer. And the answer is also that if you think accessibility is only for the people with disabilities, no. Because accessibility is also related with other factors also. So your answer of why we need accessibility or we don't have users with disability, my friend, I'm sorry, AI is there, but still you don't know who is watching or using your apps, websites, or TV apps. So you have to make your every digital content accessible, irrespective of who is using it. So I'm not going to talk in detail about accessibility, but just to give you a start, there is a community, WSCAG. Google it. They have full guidelines around web and mobile guidelines. They don't have TV guidelines. That's why I'm standing here to help you out in that. So they have full guidelines. You can start from here. Accessibilities are not just about disabilities. Your disabilities could be permanent, temporary, situational. Permanent, if you don't have an arm, yes, this is a permanent disability. But if I will have an injury, it's a injury, it's a temporary one. And if I want to use your digital product, a fancy app or TV app or your website, if it is not accessible, then you are stopping me to use that app. And situational, if I'm holding a baby, my one hand is busy, then can I use your application or not? So think like this. And if you are thinking to pitch your team or your manager or your product, this should be your pitch. Is accessibility is 100% automated? This is the most asked question to me. As of now, no. There is an asterisk. The reason is AI. There is a lot of work is happening in accessibility and AI landscape. So have a watch. I'm pretty sure something will come. But as of now, no. So real user testing is required. And it's a teamwork. So if you are thinking it's just an engineer job, no, it is not. It's a teamwork. The designer has to design accessible designs. The content writer has to write accessible content. The product manager has to scope everything. The product owner has to think about accessibility features. And yes, it's a teamwork. So again, if your manager, if your team is not agreeing, you want a pitch, show this slide, not agreeing, re-watch, make them re-watch this talk again and again. Might be they will convince. If not, then there are laws available which you can tell them to. So again, it's not just an engineer job, it's a teamwork. Now your takeaway. So your first takeaway is accessibility is a requirement, it's not a feature. So from day one, start talking about accessibility. Your every story, your every Jira ticket should talk about accessibility also. Now, why TV apps? Why we are even talking about it? So TV users are increasing. I don't know how many people doesn't have TV at their home. There is a very funny joke from Friends reference, Joey. If you don't have TV, then where your furniture is pointing to. This is what I also always think, that TV users are there. And people who are interested in data, this is the data, 1.5 billion. This is basically, in India, the TV is the largest medium, 200 million households it is reaching. So you can see the data here. During COVID, there was a dip. The last 2023, this is from May, you can see it is increasing. So you have a lot of users who are using TV, and with digital or smart TVs, this is going to increase again and again. So you have a lot of users there. But again, if you are scratching your head why Neha is talking about TV apps in React conference, then this is the answer. React Native. You can build your TV apps in React Native. Today is Friday. Conference is getting over. We are engineer. We are in Bangalore. We need a weekend project. So this could be a weekend project. You can build by using Expo, your TV app. If you know React Native, you can build your TV app very easily. It's a one-pager. I have already used it many times. Very straightforward. Could be a weekend project. Try it. There is no harm. But the point is, with React Native, you can build your TV apps. So this is a pretty good thing. And that is why I'm here in this conference. So takeaway 2, we can build apps in React Native. Now, let's understand TV apps, which is the next part, because it is not like your web or mobile. In TV, you have 3 components. You have hardware, which is your remote. You have your physical TV. On that, you have operating system. And then your finally apps come. But at all layers, accessibility is required. The company who is making remote, your physical TV, they will also work on it. The OS has a lot of responsibility for accessibility. APIs provide, and then as an app engineer, I have to make sure my app is accessible. As well as when I'm testing it on the TV with remote, I have to make sure all the SDK APIs are working fine. And here I really want to point out one thing. As an engineer, if you see anything is not working fine on OS or hardware, please go ahead and log an issue. The people behind this TV, for example, Android people, they are working very hard to make accessibility supportive. So if you saw an issue, create an issue, log that, they will try their best to fix it. Do not hold yourself back. Now, at every layer, accessibility is important, but as an engineer, our work comes with app, because we are an app engineer. So I'm going to talk from the app perspective a lot, and not from the OS or hardware much. Now, your question might be now, okay, fine, TV app is there, React Native is there, but how we can use accessibility in TV apps, how people are using it. So there are 3 ways people use accessibility features. The first is settings. Now, generally, we people go in settings to do random things, but I will take example of my parents. They are old. They are not able to see normal font. They want to increase the font size. This is also an accessibility thing. So in the settings of all these TVs, you can go change the font size, font color, caption size, everything you can do. There are so many things you can do. So that's the one place from where people start doing the settings changing. Second is screen readers. This is where I'm going to talk a lot. People use screen readers a lot. Instead of using, getting more complicated way, they just enable screen readers on TV, and they let the screen readers tell them that what is happening, and then they take action accordingly. And the last one is remote. Now, the use of remote might be you are thinking, what accessibility in that? The use of remote in that is focus management. So when you are doing left, right, top, bottom, every element should get focused or highlighted. The navigation should make sense and everything. Trust me, it's not as easy as mobile or web. In TV, it's very complicated. That's why I want to encourage you to try. Try at least one TV app by using Expo to build it and experience it. Now, once these three things are done, now I'm going to show you a demo. This demo doesn't have any accessibility. So it just purely, I created an Expo app, did nothing accessible, just use React Native to build it. And screen reader is running. And let's see the experience. I'm sorry, I have to put the audio here. Wait.
Morty Smith. Search characters. Edit. Morty Smith, like 0. Like 1. Morty Smith, like 1. Summer Smith, like 0. Like 1. Summer Smith, like 1. Summer, a Badango cluster princess.
Okay, I will stop here because I wanted to highlight three things. If you are thinking this is accessible, it is not. The reason is there was a header, it got skipped. Then the card of Rick and Morty, which it announced, it didn't told the user it is a recommended, it's a feature, it didn't. It didn't even told us it's an image, it's a link, what it is. The like one, if you are thinking it is working fine, it told us it's a like 1 or like 0. No, it is not, because I am not able to customize that when this announcement should happen. You need to understand how screen readers work. For example, screen reader is running, and suddenly an announcement came in between. Now, what you want that announcement to be? You want let that whole content read should be done, and then that announcement should come, or you want that screen reader should stop there and tell what announcement has come. So these are the tone tweak you can do, but right now it is not happening. So right now, this is not an accessible. Now, if you want to test it, close your eyes and read it again. And then you will understand, oh my God, this is not making sense. So whenever you are doing a screen reader test, close your eyes, try to use it, and then you will get to know. So this is not an accessible solution, but a lot of people think this is an accessible solution. So how to fix it? Let's get into the code. So the first thing in React Native and TV apps is accessible prop. Now right now was happening in the last demo, it was reading the text only. But you want it to be identified, it's a card, it's a header and all that. To make that accessible, you need to add this prop accessible, otherwise it will not work. In web, actually this is totally opposite, but in TV apps, this is how it works. So all you need to do is just add that prop. This should be your first step. And then you want to add description for either your images, or you want to let the screen reader know that what it is. So for that, we use accessibility label. So the use of accessibility label, now if you are a web person like me, I came from web background, I always look at label and I think, oh, it's a text input label. But here, the use of accessibility label is more than one. You can use it to give more information for different elements also. Here, I will show you the final demo, and then you will be able to relate. The next one is ARIA hidden. If you want to hide any information from screen reader, you will use it. Now, why? Screen reader, by default, without applying any accessibility, pick the text content. But you might want to hide some information from screen reader, which is not making sense. So you will be using ARIA hidden a lot at that time. Role. Now, if you are a web person like me, in TV apps or React Native, there is no DOM. So if there is no DOM, then how screen reader will get to know that which particular element it is? So for that, we use accessibility role. And here we have specific accessibility role. So you cannot use any. So React Native documentation has fixed accessibility roles, which you have to use. So we will be using that accessibility one here. So like if you will see in my right side of the screen, I'm using accessibility role image button. So what will happen is, when I will run screen reader, it will tell the screen reader user that this is an image button. Before that, it was not happening. I will run the demo at the end and you will see. Accessibility hint, the reason of using hint, you need to give more information. Like for example, if you have a text input, you want to guide your user more that what kind of password we are looking for, or what kind of search they can look, what kind of length of the username they are looking for. So that information you can provide with accessibility hint to guide the user more and more. Live region, the one which I was talking about, like and unlike, this is the one. So when you will put accessibility live region, it will take that particular portion as dynamic. So whenever you have any dynamic content change, accessibility live region will pick, and you can also change the tone. So here it is assertive, you have polite, that it will wait for the current content to be done, and then it will announce. So the tone you can tweak with live region. Now, I want to highlight one last thing. At the bottom, I have given the link of accessibility documentation. It's on React Native. You can go and read about it. It's a pretty fine documentation. I would say it is doing its job, but yeah, it could be improved. You will see when you will see. But yeah, there is a documentation, which is a first checklist, to be honest. It's there. So now, these are only the important part I am showing you from the code perspective. But most of the things are like adding these things. If you will do this much, what I have showed you, the demo I showed you earlier, it will be improved. So now this is the improved demo. So let's see now.
Header image. Edit. Search characters, QR code. It's easier to type on your phone. Use your phone's camera to scan the QR. 16 results found. You like. Featured character, Rick Sanchez. 0 likes, button, image. You like Rick Sanchez. Total likes are now 1. Featured character, Rick Sanchez. 1 likes, button, image. Recommended character, Adjudicator Rick, button, image.
So I will stop here. So what were the improvements? It is able to understand image header. It is able to tell you the card is related to which list. Recommended or feature, it is able to tell you it's an image button so that you can take the action what you want to do next. Now again, you people are able to see it, so might be it is not interesting to you, but close your eyes and then try to do these things. So again, the same takeaway I want to give. Go to your home, even on your website, make your screen visibility 0, run the screen reader and try to do any action. Like if you are on an e-commerce website, try to buy a product using just screen reader. And then you will be able to understand the pain of the people who are using screen reader. It's not the same. And accessibility means make things accessible for everyone. So we as an engineer are failing somewhere and we need to fix it. So this is the improved one. The code demos, props I showed you, if you will do only those much, you will be able to improve your accessibility of TV apps a lot. So,
Header image.
Oh, sorry. So, but it's not a fairyland. It's not a Disneyland. In React Native, we use React Native to build cross-platform, which means Android, Apple. So accessibility behavior on these platforms are different. Yes, it is not like there is not one good golden rule and you will apply and it will work like a magic. So you need to respect the both platform, which means you need to do extra work. What I showed you was from Android. For Apple, might be there is a different prop you have to use. So your code would be like having 2 different props for Apple or Android or so on. So you need to respect that also. And yes, documentation can be more detailed. As of now, it's just doing the checklist work that there is a documentation. But you have to do more research, more try and run, and all that. So yes, these are the 2 pain areas I would say. Now your accessibility takeaway is, it requires work. It definitely requires work. If you think accessibility is easy, I would say no, as of now. But this should reflect in your story estimation. As an engineer, we try to do story estimations. We can improve, but I would say on Monday when you will go and you are starting your new sprint, please add accessibility estimations there too. It will make your life very easy, trust me. So accessibility is not just about code. It is beyond that. Now, what is beyond that? Your colors, your icons. In TV apps, you will be using a lot of icons. If you will just introduce any icon, which I don't know what it is going to confuse people. So many issues are there, so many things are there which are beyond code. This is the screenshot of accessibility settings, and you can see that it has a lot of features. So it has Alexa, voice view, text banner, screen magnifier. These things are also beyond your code, so you need to consider them. As well as you can customize your captions, font size, background, position, everything. And this is not related to it is not related to engineer, it is more hardware, but still as a team, you need to test all these things too. So once you are done with your app, please go to the settings, test your every feature if it is working fine or not. But it is also beyond code, you have to do end-to-end testing. And that is why I said accessibility is a teamwork. So don't try to be the superhero and say, I am an engineer, I will take care of accessibility. It's a teamwork. Make everyone aware in your team about the work they have to do. Designer, tester, product manager, project manager, content writer, everyone has to do their part of job. But testing, nothing can replace real user. As I was repeating again, you might be saying it's easy peasy, why you are talking about screen reader. Trust me, close your eyes and try to understand what was happening. You will understand the pain. During COVID, I got an opportunity to interview few people who were having some disabilities, and I learned from them, seeing what they are doing and what are their pain areas, that day-to-day work which we take very normally is a hassle for them, like doing digital payments, watching content digitally, doing all these things, even booking cabs is or ordering food. But for them, it is hassle because apps, our TV apps or our apps, our content is not accessible. So please reach out to real users. Now, who are the real users? In India, we have NGOs who volunteer to test app for you. So you can reach them. There are a lot of such accessibility advocates from India on LinkedIn active. They try to create awareness and help you. You can reach out to them. They would be happy to help. Trust me, they will be very happy. And now the last is takeaways. I already gave these takeaways. So from this talk, if you want the summary, this is done. This is the one. Do not ship non-accessible application irrespective of device. Yes, I was talking about TV apps, but most of the things also goes for web and mobile. You can build TV apps with React Native, so you know React Native. Your weekend project is waiting for you. Accessibility is also beyond code, so think about UX and everything. It requires work, so think about estimation. Nothing can replace real user testing I already talked about. The last one is my favorite, voice-based actions. In Smart TV, you have integrated voice-based assistants. A lot of people take use of it. If you will go and search, on YouTube, you will find so many good use. Like, I remember my niece, she was not good in typing, but she know how to communicate to these voice assistant. She used to ask them her homework, her maths questions and everything, and we were like, what? So if a kid can do this much by interacting with voice-based assistant, on TV, this will help a lot of people. So this is a very good accessibility feature you can also add as a bonus in your application in TV apps. The last thing I save for the best thing I save for the last. Thanks to Geeky Ants, we at JS Lovers are doing tomorrow our text mixer. Few of the speakers who were there would be there. It's an panel, plus it's a networking event tomorrow at Geeky Ants office. If you can come, it would be good. I am sorry, I don't know about registration, and Smile is staring at me that I am announcing it because I think there are a lot of people already in the queue. But yeah, so there is an event happening tomorrow, thanks to Geeky Ants, thanks to speaker who agree for this. So I hope so. If you can come, I will see you. And thank you. This is my calligraphy. Yeah, thank you so much for your time.